Alright, what's up guys? We're back. We ended up getting not one, but two new bikes. We went with the 79 bike Falcon GT. This has to be the best emoto out right now, in my opinion. This thing's lighter than a Ventus one. It's got crazy torque on this thing. The lightest possible with the most power is my kind of bike. But I also like dirt jumping, so I wanted to keep the SURRON linkage. So I wasn't going to go Eride because I don't really like their linkage system, at least for jumping. I think Erides are great street bikes, but I feel like these bikes are straight up all around bikes that you can do pretty much anything the Eride can do plus more. So could have went SR, but I think this is plenty good enough. Definitely going to be a great dirt jumping bike with how light it is over the Ventus one. But yeah, it also came with some accessories. Obviously the charger. So let's take a look at the charger. This battery might not have even been charged from the factory, but I wrote it down to 37%. It was at 87 when I bought it from the store. This is a 15 amp charger. 15 amp charger. Dang, that's going to charge that bike fast, probably like 3 hours. So we'll test that out. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I'm probably going to shut the battery off to charge it, or maybe it has to be turned on to charge. We'll see. Not sure what's in here yet. Haven't opened this one. Okay, bunch of Allens in there, everything you need for the bike. And it comes, okay, it comes with a pretty nice keychain, fancy keychain. That's it for the 79 bike Falcon GT for the night. Let's move on to our second bike that we bought. Already put battery holster on there as well, which is really nice. It clamps onto the back fender here. Here we got the Electro & Co. ETM RTR. This is a 72 volt pit bike style bike. It's got big dirt bike style forks, huge beefy good suspension up front. Then it's got a beefy, I would compare it to like a SURRON Ultra B rear shock. And yeah, super stiff suspension, not really made for kids. Definitely made for adults. It's very stiff, so hitting jumps on it will be nice though. 72 volt, it's direct drive. It's got a super nice rear tire, nice sidewall on the tires. I'll probably get something better though, something more knobby. It's got moto style brakes, but they're dual piston, so single piston on each side there. Same up front. Moto style brakes, not bad at all. They work great. Nice levers, nice long levers. But yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just got the key ignition here. Bike turns on, nice display. Shows your battery percentage here. Shows your miles. We got the nice foot pegs on here. Nice big tooth foot pegs. Don't really need to change those, but I probably will. Everything feels solid on it. Everyone complains about this chain. So far I haven't had any issues with it. It's stayed on. I've been ripping the bike all day. I weigh 150 pounds, so I don't know. Yeah, lots of people are complaining about that chain. I haven't had any issues with it so far. Definitely a really loud noise coming from the motor and the chain. I don't know if that's just because it's so tight. Obviously, it's going to loosen up after a couple rides, though, so might as well keep it tight for a little while longer. Hopefully, we don't mess up the motor, though, from being too tight. I didn't build the bikes, though, so the seat is very stiff and boxy, so definitely hurts your butt a little bit. I definitely notice it sits kind of stink bug once you're actually on it. The front end sinks a little bit lower than the rear, so I definitely want to get a bigger front tire for the bike. I would keep the rear tire just like it is though. The power is pretty nice on it. I took it for a test drive. It's not super punchy even in mode 3. It's like nothing too crazy, but I do enjoy it. Still a nice pit bike. I think it'll be really fun to hit some jumps on, especially with the nice stiff suspension. Should hold up. I actually really like these grips, surprisingly. They're a very weird texture, but super grippy. I haven't had either grip move on me at all, like no twist or anything. So it seems like they glue the grips on from the factory or something, because they do not move at all, which is nice. Definitely better than the 79 bike over here that I can literally just twist this thing completely. Super unsafe, especially with this much power. But yeah, these brakes lock right up on this bike, no issues. Even though it's got pretty small rotors, they still work pretty dang good, I would say. I really like the mud guard on this. I really like how easy this bike is going to be to clean. Just quick spray down. Could be smoother right here. I feel like they could add a piece of plastic right here to just make that a bit cleaner, you know. Or add some rubber here. I don't know. Kind of some jagged edges and exposed bolts in here. No front headlight on the bike, which is kind of upsetting. I really enjoy having a headlight on my bike, so I'm obviously going to have to get the upgrade kit for this bike. And then I'll also probably buy a little $3 LED kit from Menards, and then hook it up to like a little USB battery right here. Hide it behind this probably, and then I'll have like 2 strips of red lights back here just so that people can see behind me that I'm there, because I'm definitely going to be ripping this thing at night sometimes. Absolutely. Looks like there's a battery pouch holder right here. That's pretty nice, and it'll stay. Yeah, if you need one of those bags, check out MidwestEmoto.com. There's also a mounting point right here under the seat. If you mounted it right across here, you can mount it there. Nice little bags to hold your phone. That's the first thing I put on the bike. But yeah, solid little pit bike style bike with .4 brakes, 72 volt, good rear and front suspension, better than a SURRON suspension, I would say even. Very nice bike. The battery's right here. It goes like this way, long ways. I'll show you opening the seat real quick. It's kind of interesting how you get to the battery. You don't need a key or anything to get to the battery. You just come down here, you pull this little tab, and then you slide the seat back at the same time. I need 2 hands to do this. And just like that, the seat comes off. You got your long, skinny battery that goes across here. Pretty cool. You can get a 40 amp hour is what I've heard. Most people are getting like 24 miles off of a charge. I'll definitely be doing a range test shortly here, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so we can get that going. And the key to getting this seat to go on is making sure these rivets in the middle here slide under where they need to go, and that this also slides under where it needs to go. If you give it a hard push, it'll just snap in. It's nice and tight back on there. Definitely will probably put some sort of padding on that seat because this thing is stiff. It feels just like a 110 though when you're sitting on it. Straight, nice flat bike. Feels pretty cool, especially if you're coming from a pit bike. You got the ETM RTR user guide. You got your little caliper holder right there in case you need to take your caliper off for whatever reason. Got your Electron-Co stickers. Looks like that's all that's in there. And here should be our charger. Oh, and a toolkit. Inside the toolkit, you get a bunch of wrenches, Allen keys, whatever this tool is. With that, whatever that is. And then we got our charger here. Comes with an extra bolt for something interesting. But yeah, we got our charger here. Small little 5 amp charger, so you can charge this off any type of outlet. It's not gonna blow a fuse or nothing. So pretty dang slow charger for the RTR, I gotta say. Hopefully, I think they sell an upgraded charger, which would definitely be worth buying if I'm gonna rip this thing super often. But we'll see how much I use it, you know. The battery indicator on the screen is kind of weird. If you shut the bike off after you've been ripping for a minute and then you turn it back on, it'll say a different battery percentage than it did just a second ago, right before you shut the bike off. So that's kind of weird. I've heard if you shut the bike off, turn it back on, that's your actual percentage of the bike. So that's what you should go by. But yeah. Pretty nice bike. It's got real nice swing arm, I would say. Real nice chain tensioners, axle blocks. Super nice suspension. Other than that, though, it's pretty simple. It's just direct drive, no jack shafts. You just got the battery in this box right here. Small little controller on the front there. And yeah, nice brakes though, nice rotors, giant sprocket. Honestly though, I could use more torque on this thing though. I wasn't too impressed with the torque on mode 3. I wish there was a bit more torque on mode 3, but still a super solid bike. I'm glad I got the RTR and not the RTR Lite though, because this thing is fast, but I was expecting more, is all I will say. But it does get up to a nice top speed. It's a good cruiser, that's for sure. Definitely compares to a 110, absolutely. Feels like a 110 riding it. It's awesome though. Full electric, no noise. Alright, so I'm about to plug in the 79 bike to charge for the first time. It doesn't say if you should have the battery breaker thing turned on or off. So let's see if it charges with it off. Ooh, that's a super nice click. Yep, so it's charging even though I shut it off. So I would say shut it off when you're charging. I really wish there was like a better handle grip right here on the bike. We're about to plug in the ETM RTR. This one I don't know if the bike needs to be on or if the battery needs to be turned on or off, but I'm just going to plug the charger right into this port on the side of the bike, and I guess that's where you charge it from. This is all new to me. But yeah, it's just a little connector. Plug that right in, and instantly you can hear it start charging. It's got a red light now indicating that the battery isn't fully charged. Once it's fully charged, it'll turn green. There's definitely a little bit of noise to it. Seems to be keeping it really cool though. That's some cold air coming out of there, so that's good. I can feel the top already getting warm though. So definitely just be aware if you're using this charger. Set it somewhere safe. I got it on some pavement right now. But I could see this thing getting pretty hot, to be honest. Especially if you're like, set this charger down near something where it's not getting good airflow. RTR is nice and quiet, I gotta say. Honestly, not loud at all. All these new bikes, oh my god. Oh yeah. I think he only had a light left, right? It's on right now? Oh shit. Whoops. Jack shaft. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the highest kilowatts I've seen on a one without a jack shaft. That's gonna be nice.
Convenient, though.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to worry about this.
Yeah. I just wonder how it's gonna feel, because it definitely looks like stink bug where it like sits forward, even with that big ass wheel.
And that's makes it a 19-inch, like, or an 18-inch, because it's a 16, but it's such a fat tire.
Yeah, that's
nice.
nice.
Adds like 3 inches. So.
That's a nice tire. What are the brakes?
I think it's the same pads as all the, like the MX-5, Eride. It's the same brake pads.
Those pegs are nice.
They're nice pegs.
Yeah, he's nice.
Put a different cover on it, and honestly, I think it'll be pretty nice. Yeah.
The forks are so nice.
I love the forks.
I don't even know what forks they are. Do you know what they are?
Yeah, they're KKE.
KKE?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Brand new KKEs though. I don't think these are on anything else. I've never even seen them. They're crazy thick. Super glad we were able to sell both the old SURRONs and got 2 new freshies. So stay tuned for more content. If you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.